Whoa, it's dark down here.
Welcome back to the Deep Dark Tunnel. This is Deep Dark Tunnel Diaries, episode number 5. I am Molly Trammell, your host, and this week I am here with Pixelhood, who is an EDM artist from Chicago.
What's up?
So you're pretty prominent in the underground hyperpop SoundCloud community, I would say, because I've seen your name pop up on multiple occasions, whether it was from the algorithm or collaborating with artists in the scene such as Hoshie Star or Xanity in the hyperpop community. We've gone over the concept of hyperpop and what this new saturated, lively, progressive sound of pop in the underground is. But we haven't gone over Scenecore, which is something that you're relevant in. Scenecore has emerged over the past year or two, and it emulates the 2000s, the mid-2000s, with aesthetics and sounds from that era, with sounds like Four on the Floor and the lifestyle of going out and going to clubs. How would you compare these two different sounds and communities?
I don't know, to me, I feel like hyperpop is more, I guess, happier, and then Scenecore is more explicit, I guess.
But why do you think Scenecore is so explicit? Like, what are the main motifs and the themes that resonate throughout that community?
I don't know, I think it's just, I feel like the artist would just pour more into it, like more of their feelings with a darker beat, I guess. And then hyperpop, I don't know, it's something that I'm still trying to like figure out like what it is, because I'm really new to this scene.
Yeah, but like I feel like a lot of people are trying to figure out like what is hyperpop and how is it making modern music so different.
Yeah.
We had a previous conversation about your name, and you told me that your name stemmed from this creativity, this inspiration that was invoked by hyperpop. Could you elaborate?
Yeah, I was trying to come up with like a hyperpop name, and I don't know, I feel like that name just kind of stood out to me, and then I just kept it.
You mainly produce a lot of music for people. Who's one of your most influential collaborators?
My biggest, I would say, Hoshie Star is like one of my biggest. And we met through a collective that I was in. I was in this like hyper-pop-ish collective, and he was in it, and he like randomly like hit me up for like beats and gave me some examples of like what Scenecore was, and I kind of just, thought that, it sounded pretty cool, and then, I just started making it.
And then, as you said, through his network, you sort of figured out your style and how you fit in with the scene.
Yeah.
We were having a discussion about SoundCloud's algorithm and how important it is for building communities and cultivating these sort of scenes. How has that contributed to your community?
I don't know, like, I feel like SoundCloud has this weird way of putting people in the algorithm. Like, I don't know, I discovered a lot of new artists through algorithm, I find them through like collectives, and it's so weird. Like, that's just something that I'm still trying to figure out too, like about the algorithm. But I be finding like really decent artists through the algorithm.
Could you explain what you mean by collectives?
Our collectives are pretty much like almost like a label, but like with like their own group, I guess. Like a bunch of artists just come together and just wanted to come up with their own label, pretty much.
Speaking of collectives, congratulations on you being a part of Hello Kitty Waffle Division, by the way. That's really great.
Appreciate it.
That was one of my favorite Scenecore sort of collectives. We also talked about Chicago's club scene and how it has a good EDM scene and how you were a part of that community. How has that contributed to how you make music today?
Well, like, I used to go to the clubs a lot, and just like knowing what the DJs would like play, like I kind of just learned like how they will like transition, how would they, the arrangement of like how they do their, sets. So I kind of just go home and, when I make a beat, like I kind of just try to do the same thing, but like in my beats, like I try to figure out like, okay, this would be a cool song to like for a DJ to play. Like I kind of know this like arrangement, and I kind of do the same with all my beats.
Now, did you start off making EDM or EDM styled stuff?
Yeah, I started off making like EDM music. I was more of like making almost like the Diplo type DJ music, and yeah, I was making more of like, I guess, Latin or Afro beats, and yeah, I just started transitioning to this type of music randomly.
You know, I could see that in this arrangement on your instrumentals for Hoshie Star's You're My Drug and I Love You. This is a collaboration between the two of you, and it started when you sent them this beat. How would you describe this track you made for them?
I guess it sounds more trance, because when I was younger, like, I used to listen to a lot of like trance music, but I just never really had, you know, before I was making EDM, like, I wasn't really making much trance, but it was always something that I always wanted to make. So since I was able to do it, like, you know, it was just something like I always wanted to try.
Thank you so much for being on this episode of Deep Dark Tunnel.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
If you guys want to follow Pixelhood, you could find them on Soundcloud at Pixelhood or follow them on Instagram at prod.pixelhood. This is You're My Drug, I Love You featuring Hoshie Star and Ronin, produced by Pixelhood.
We're in the deep dark tunnel.
And that was You're My Drug, I Love You, produced by Pixelhood, featuring Ronin and Hoshie Star. If you want to follow Pixelhood, they are on SoundCloud, find them at Pixelhood, or follow them on Instagram at prod.pixelhood. Are you an underground EDM artist that would like to be featured on Deep Dark Tunnel? Follow us on Instagram at Deep Dark Tunnel Radio for more information.
The City.